Hello, dear listeners. Welcome you all to this special episode of Divine Margazhi series, Thiruppavai Tales Unveiled through Art and Music. Today, being the auspicious day of Vaikunta Ekadasi, may all of us be blessed with Lord Vishnu's choicest blessings. Happy Vaikunta Ekadasi to all. When I read and tried to understand the meaning of this Pasuram, I wanted to start this episode stressing the attitude of birds with a quote, as Arnato starts as Kese Kese Drengun. The birds sing each morning as they know they have another day to live. Life and mornings are a gift. Learn to enjoy them as the birds do. In this Pasuram, Andal defines what real beauty is. Beauty is natural beauty. If you are naturally yourself, you are beautiful. Let us first hear the recital of this beautiful Thiruppavai and then we'll get into its details. This Thiruppavai is set to one of my favorite ragams, Bhairavi, and set to Misra Chaputadam.
பேச்சரவம் கேட்டிலையோ பெண்ணே பேசின பேச்சரவம் கேட்டிலையோ பெண்ணே கசும் பிற பிள்ளை நாராயண மூர்த்தி நாயக பிள்ளை நாராயண மூர்த்தி கேசவ
That was the Thiruppavai in Bhairavi that you listened just now. I hope you all enjoyed it. Bhairavi gives that divine feeling instantly. So that's why it's one of my personal favorites. Okay, let's now hear the meaning of this pasuram. All of you must be eagerly awaiting to hear that, right? Okay. I'm not aware how many of you know a yogic practice called Yoga Nidra. To those who are unaware, the yoga instructor will ask us to lie in Shavasana, and as we mentally relax every part of the body, they also ask us to be awake and observe the different sounds from the environment. Similarly, Andal too questions the girl sleeping inside her home if she not hearing these sounds from the environment, different sounds from the environment, even after listening to that, are you not getting up? Are you not listening to the early morning signs from the nature? So she actually questions in each of the lines, and that's what we'll be going over in the first section of this pasuram basically. Kees kees, or we can say keech keech, that's also right way of saying it, refers to the chirping of birds. And now why keech keech? So it can be like creech creech, right? But let's interpret it in a slightly different manner. Krishna, right? So it's not just humans or us who chant the mantra Krishna. It is also all Jivatmas, like the birds and the animals and everything on this planet actually chant Krishna's Nama. So they say as Krishna Krishna, right? So of course that is in turn heard as Kitche Kitche. You also lovingly call Krishna as Kichu, right? So that again evolved to Keese Keese or Kiche Kiche. Okay, and the next word Andal specifies is Ane Satan. So I would like to give like special meaning at the end of this episode about this particular word. So Ane Satan refers to a type of bird. Maybe you can consider it as a black sparrow or a rare variety of it for now. So that's a bird type is what she is referring to. ஆனை சாத்தன் கலந்து பேசின பேச்சரவம் கேட்டிலையோ. So she is asking the girl inside the home, are you not able to listen to the chirping sounds of the Ane Satan bird? And one interesting way of putting this is like, I mean, how Andal has put this one is Ane Satan kalande pesina pecharavam. Kalande pesina. So it is not just one bird or say even like a handful of birds, but it is a whole group. So even the birds are in a group. Ane Satan kalande pesina pecharam. So it also describes the unity of the bird community, let's say, right? So Andal has like a certain love towards birds is what I think we can see from pasurams one by one, right? Last one we had listened to the word pullum silambinakan, right? So that is what we saw it was mentioned in the 6th pasuram. Now she refers to Ane Satan, right? So going on, the next word, we would be taken aback. Pei penne. Now Andal is frustrated. So this word is just a reflection of that. Okay. So next one, if we see, next line, Kaasum pirappum kalakalappa kai perthu. So Kaasum is we can take it as Kasamale, right? One of the olden ethnic jewelry or necklace piece. Pirappum also refers to that. Okay, so now why Andal specifies this line? Kasum Pirappum Kalakalappa Kai Perth. What is the motivation behind this line? Okay. Now say around 4,99,999 women in Srivilliputtur. So that number I'm specifying because like we assumed there are 5 lakh Ayarpadi women. Ayarpadi in the sense because Andal presumed Srivilliputtur as Ayarpadi, right? So and she being a Brahmin, assumed that she is born in the Ayar Kulam or say a Vaishya Jati. So, and yesterday one girl woke up, right? So now we are yet to wake up 9 girls. So the count is 4,99,991. Let us assume like that. So they have assembled and most of them were married women. So they were wearing Kasamale and Pirappum. That's what. It's a kind of ethnic jewelry as I mentioned earlier. So imagine the sounds that come from the jewels worn by 4,99,991 women. Now she gives that big number and asks the girl inside, do you not hear that sound as well? So Andal herself is very surprised now. So whether this girl is deaf or what, right? So that is the motivation behind this line. Going on to the next line. Vasa Narunkural. Now I have to break it down into, chunks. Vasa Narunkural, Aichiyar. Aichiyar Mattinal Osai Paditha Thairaravam Ketilayo. Vasa Narunkural, Aichiyar. Now Andal throws light on the beauty aspect of Ayarpadi women. She adds an adjective over here. Vasa Narunkural. So some of you might have already guessed what Purana I would just be quoting for this phrase. So something that we have all enjoyed seeing in the movie as well, Thiruppavai Puranam. So in one of the Puranas or one of the episodes, Nakira raises the question in the Pandya Mahasabhai, right? Whether the women, be it any woman or especially royal women or the Devatas like Parvati, do they have fragrance in their hair naturally or does it come only by adorning flowers or applying scented oil or some other fragrance means, right, etc. So we know how this episode in Thiruppavai Puranam concludes and I'm not getting into that details. But the repercussion of that or the consequence of that episode, Meenakshi was very upset that such a question was raised by her own children upon her or say the women gender itself. To assuage Meenakshi's pain, her sister-in-law, Mahalakshmi is her sister-in-law, right, took Sri Andal form or Andal avatar to stress on the fact that women do possess natural beauty, be it for hair or anything. The fragrance that they get is natural. So there is no debate on that subject and the case is closed. So to make that statement, she specifies as Vasa Narunkural Aichiyar or the Ayarpadi women or women in general have fragrance naturally. So that is what she is meaning in that phrase. And of course, Aichiyar. So when we say the Ayarpadi women, they don't wear any jewels or they don't put on, they don't adorn flowers or they don't wear any perfumes or nothing for that matter, right? So, but why does she specify Vasa Narunkural, highlighting the fragrance part of it? So that is what we have to, understand what Andal is actually coming to. Right, so the next part of that line. Aichiyar Mattinal Osai Paditha Thairaravam Ketilayo. So during the early days, the curd were churned early in the morning to get butter. Why was this process done before sunrise? The butter would melt due to sun's heat, right, after sunrise. So they would then put this butter over buttermilk, and because of its less weight, it floats, and it is also one way to prevent it from melting. So this butter, which is white in color, symbolizes the moon, we can say, for example. So of course the moon, we'll get to see the moon before sunrise, so we have to do this process or do this churning process before sunrise. Okay, this is one way of interpreting things or assumption. And the next question, subsequent question, which I questioned myself, and the meaning that I came to know was quite interesting, so I would like to share that with you. Why did Krishna steal butter? No, he was more interested in the milk products. Okay, so today we get to hear the news of stealing wealth, of course, jewelry, gold coins, this, that, right? That happening. But why did Krishna steal butter? And that too, it's a very cheaply available product, and this, and what will Krishna get out of it? And that too, getting a bad name because of his mischievous activity. So why was he doing that? So he was doing it because he wanted to steal the people who had milk-like mind, which was churned to become butter. Let's say the milk-like mind is churned to become butter. So the ultimate proprietor of the world, Sri Krishna, steals butter, which represents the purified mind. So a purified mind is like a milk churned butter. Let's take it like that way. So Krishna wants the butter, not the milk. So this can be interpreted in this way as well. And one more interesting fact to this is that the pot, after eating all the butter, Krishna would break the pot. So the pot inside which the butter is kept symbolizes our body. The pot is the body or the shariram. The churned curd is analogous to our jivatma. So the Paramatma steals one who possesses the pure soul. So why does he break it? The logical question, right? So if we have something from a vessel after eating, we won't break that. So why does Krishna do such an act? It's because once this soul is stolen, he gives mukti to that soul, which is what all of us aspire for. Which is why we are doing this nonbe. And Anda too states all this in the first one line itself, right? So, I mean, in just this one line, she mentions all of this act. Brevity is the soul of eloquence. That's very evident over here. Right. After hearing all this, the woman inside gets almost ready to join the group. But Andal still doubts and fears if the woman would step back, as she called her Pei Panne. Right. So, and that was a very harsh word to say. Right. So now she makes a very diplomatic move. She says, Nayaga Pen Pillai, you are the leader of this nonbe. Right. So, say, let's call this as a Krishna Bhakti army. How can you not join us after hearing us plead you to join? Right? So, Nayaga Pen Pillai, and now we are singing in praise of whom? Narayanan Murthy Keshavanai Padavum Ni Kete Kidatiyo. So, we have been singing in praise of Keshava, and even after hearing all this, you are not, joining us. Now, interestingly, when I say Keshava, Keshava means one who killed the Kesi demon. The other meaning to this is Kaha, which means Brahma, Isa, which means Shivan. So, Kaha plus Isa becomes Kaha plus Isha becomes Keshava, right? So, Mahavishnu possesses both Brahma and Shiva inside him, inside his Sharira. So, he is called that way. The third way of saying meaning to Keshava is Klesha Nasana, which means one who destroys worries. One more story also comes to our mind, right? Gajendra Moksham. The elephant cries Keshava, Keshava, and immediately Lord Krishna or Vishnu comes to the rescue of that elephant from the clutches of the crocodile. So that illustration is what you will see for this Thiruppavai that I have done. So Narayanan Murthy Keshavane Padavam Ni Kete Kidathiyo. Do you not hear us chanting the Ashtakshara mantra Om Namo Narayanaya? Do you not hear that? Okay, moving on to the next line. Desamudayai Thiravelur Empavai. So Desamudayai, what does that mean? So actually Andal describes the girl inside as a Tejaswini, one who has a bright face and a shant muham, we say in Tamil, right? As a peaceful, bright face, let's say like that. So, but the girl inside disagrees to that. Andal then says, although you are sleeping, you are still listening to the Krishna Nama. And Shravanam being the first and the foremost, the king of all the bhaktis, Nava Bhakti, Shravanam is Brahmananda. So, but why do you enjoy it individually? We can experience that bliss only through mass prayer. So please open the door, Thiravelur Empavai, and join us for the Needadal and then for the Perumal worship. Okay, now let's hear the quick facts about the Ane Satan bird that I said I will tell towards the end of the episode, right? Okay, so the reference about this bird is widely found in old Tamil scriptures. So we'll consider works of few old literary authors such as Periyavachan Pillai, Alagiya Manavada Perumal Nayanar, etc. Right? So this bird was actually called as Bharatwaja Pakshi in Sanskrit or Valiyan in Tamil. Okay, in many places it is referred that way. So Periyavachan Pillai lived before 14 AD and he had cited about this bird at many places, but he had not given description of what this bird is or how does it look, etc. Maybe he did not feel the need for it. So since it could have been a very common bird during that time, so he did not do so. Now this particular word, right, is also found in Kuruntahai. So Tamil Tata Shri Uve Swaminatha Iyer refers to it as Kunjara Kurala Kuruha. Okay, and what explanation he gives for the bird is, the bird with elephant's voice. So he says probably Ane Satan might also be like Kunjara Kurala Kuruha. Now in Malayalam too, this bird is referred to as Ane Iranji. Iranjidal means Pakshi Araital. As given in Yadpanam Kadare Ver Pillai's Tamil Agaradi, it means a fabulous bird reputed to be able to devour an elephant. So many would have not known this bird earlier, but these birds have flown much higher in the Tamil literature world. So we have now arrived to the end of a long episode, I should say, because this is a special one, right? Today being Vaikunta Ekadasi. So hope you all enjoyed listening to this episode with some facts about Ane Satan too. So meet you all tomorrow for a special Sunday episode. Until then, it's bye from me, Srividhya Lakshminarayanan, and once again wish you all a very happy Vaikunta Ekadasi.